is NBC Montana Today.
Good morning, Montana. I'm Jason Hurst. As you pour your coffee and make breakfast, let's get you informed and prepared to take on your Wednesday. Coming up, local businesses bracing for President Trump's tariffs to hit home, what it could mean for your favorite restaurant and favorite beverage. And Atlanta Falcons linebacker Troy Anderson returns to Bozeman with a strong message for teams, what he wants them to know. And despite warnings of an escalating trade war from analysts, President Trump insists the country will profit in the long run. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
Well, the time is a little past 6:30 this morning. We have temperatures right around the 30-degree mark, at least in Butte. Elsewhere, not too bad. We're kind of chilly in Missoula, 36. As long as temperatures stay in the mid to upper 30s this morning, things are looking pretty good for us as far as travel conditions go. We do have a couple of showers out there, but here's the view right now around Flathead Lake. It's our Quatucknuck Resort and Casino weather camera. A pretty good looking shot. Now, once we get into the afternoon, we could see some rough chop out on Flathead Lake. Increasing wind speed expected for us as we head into the afternoon hours. A couple of showers for us have been making their way through the Missoula area and the Bitterroot Valley. You'll notice those wet roadways this morning, but by the afternoon, drier skies. Temperatures hit 50 at 2 p.m. Windy conditions into the afternoon. Southwest Montana could see some of our higher gusts, up around 40 miles per hour. Temperatures for us this afternoon near normal. Above normal temperatures to end the week, but big changes for the weekend. Details in 10 minutes.
Enjoying a glass of wine could come with steeper prices in coming weeks with President Trump's sweeping tariffs on European imports. NBC Montana's Phil Howard spoke to a local restaurant to find out the impact.
President Donald Trump announced a 20% tariff on imports from all 27 countries in the European Union. Two of those countries, Italy and France, are key to the wine industry. I spoke to the owner of the French restaurant Brasserie Port Rouge in Missoula, Jason McMacken, who says they'll try to keep things as affordable as possible.
Wholesalers will raise prices for everything, not just European wines.
When asked how much a glass of wine would go up, McMacken acknowledged there's lots of uncertainty around tariffs and they could be used as a negotiation tactic, with prices unchanged for now.
We can't really do anything except watch and wait. It's not up to us. 2 weeks from now, we might be talking about something else. That's kind of the problem with running a business right now.
I reached out to Zip Beverages, a local beer distributor, but they refused an on-camera interview. One employee told me they're most concerned about tariffs impacting the price of aluminum cans. Beyond wine, McMacken says the tariffs will impact products primarily produced outside of the United States, like the price of cheese, chocolate, vanilla beans, and coffee. Vanilla beans are primarily made in Madagascar, which is under a 47% tariff. He says the price of a bean would go up to pandemic-level prices, from about $1.50 to about $4 to $5. But above all, McMacken talks of those who will be impacted.
People in leadership of this state say things like short-term pain for long-term gain. They're the ones not experiencing the short-term pain. They're not feeling these things the way I feel them or the staff here feels them.
Reporting in Missoula, Phil Howard, NBC Montana.
A new president is set to take the helm at Montana State University. The Board of Regents extended an offer to Dr. Brock Tessman to become the 13th president of the institution. Tessman verbally accepted the position and is slated to take office July 1st. MSU officials say the search for a new president began last year when current president Waded Cruzado announced her retirement. A spokesperson tells NBC Montana Tessman will be a great leader for the university.
He's a strong advocate for MSU's land-grant mission and land-grant universities in general, and he's a big proponent of opening up higher education to as many people as possible so that they can have that life-changing experience.
Governor Greg Gianforte issued a statement congratulating Tessman on his appointment and wishing Cruzado well. Professional linebacker Troy Anderson and organizers visited Gallatin County high schools to promote seatbelt use and safe driving behaviors in Montana teens.
I know somebody that's been in a car accident. Just look around, that's a lot of hands. Doesn't have to be that way.
And Anderson, a linebacker with the Atlanta Falcons and former standout with the Bobcats, had a message. It's simple: buckle up. He encouraged teens to make the right choice before hitting the road, like turning their phones on Do Not Disturb and looking out for themselves and others.
Big things happen from doing the small things right. And one of those small things is wearing your seatbelt, going the speed limit, using your turn signals, all the stuff that we know, but sometimes take for granted or forget or, just become mindless to.
Anderson plans to continue pushing for seatbelt safety with the partnership of the Montana Department of Transportation. Investors are in white-knuckle grip mode this morning as the biggest tariffs yet kicked in overnight, and China promised to fight to the end. And despite warnings of an escalating trade war from analysts, business leaders, and lawmakers, President Trump and his team insist the pain in the pocket for Americans will be short-lived and the country will profit. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest details from Washington.
Not going to take it anymore, and that's
this morning. President Trump's trade war ratcheting up as his unprecedented tariffs on imports from around the world took effect just after midnight, spooking Wall Street investors once again.
I know what the hell I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
The White House says 70 countries have already reached out to negotiate down the tariffs.
They are dying to make a deal. Please, please, sir, make a deal.
Something some Republicans wary of stock market plunges and recession warnings are begging the president to do.
Pretty pleased with sugar on top. You sit down with every one of these countries that want to lower their trade barriers, and let's make a deal.
Others standing by President Trump's tariff strategy.
To reset, recalibrate the entire global economy by bringing it all home to America.
But economists warn it will take years to rebuild American manufacturing for products like apparel and electronics that long ago shifted overseas, with the U.S. especially reliant on China, now hit with a cumulative 104% tariff. China firing back with retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods. Some products like imported auto parts already seeing sticker shock from earlier tariff rounds.
There was one part that was around $280, and then 2 days later, the cost went up to like $328.
Democrats underscoring higher prices for American consumers.
The U.S. economy has gone from the envy of the world to a laughingstock in less time than it took to finish March Madness.
As President Trump stands firm that his big bet on trade will pay off. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And we now visit with Chief Meteorologist Brooke Foster, who is standing by. And Brooke, it's that time of the morning. Kids are getting ready for school. What do they need to be on the lookout for, if anything, as they get ready for the bus to arrive?
You know what, not much. We've had a little bit of wet weather, so streets are a bit wet for us in Kalispell and Missoula. We still have a couple of isolated showers out there, but overall trend today is going to be for decreasing showers and decreasing cloud cover. Live look right now, Kalispell and Missoula still hanging on to some of those clouds. Temperatures in the 30s, so it is kind of chilly. 38 degrees, 7 a.m. for you in Kalispell. 45 by lunchtime, 53 this afternoon. For Missoula, bus stop, similar, upper 30s this morning. By the afternoon, though, we're going to see our high temperatures making their way a couple of degrees above normal into the mid-50s. Tomorrow is going to be the warmest day for us with highs in the mid-70s. It's not going to last. Big drop in temperatures this weekend. I'll have everything you need to know coming up in the morning sprint.
Coming up in Whitefish, the latest update on the city's workforce rental assistance program. What the numbers tell us. Plus, Montana's bringing on a new coach to build up the offensive line. His connection to Coach Howe and the Grizz, well, that's ahead in sports.